He did, and it's hammered toward left. And a leaping try and a grab by Acuna. What a catch!
What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap. There is so much to talk about today. We have some beef between Yasiel Puig and Madison Bumgarner yet again. The Yankees were able to defeat the Rays. We have just so many stories, and today I'm kind of a child because I'm gonna do this entire video with my Thanos glove on. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're also gonna have a Thanos player of the game. So without further ado, let's start talking baseball. Sorry. Alright guys, so like I just said, Yasiel Puig and Madison Bumgarner have beef, and they've had beef for the last 7 years. But the reason why this was brought up again is because Yasiel Puig went full Thanos and hit an absolute bomb off Bumgarner. But then after the game, Bumgarner said that good for him, he's a quick study. It almost took him 7 years to learn how to hit that pitch. But if you guys are wondering what happened before, like when Puig was on the Dodgers, here's what happened.
The talent necessary to become one of the all-time greats.
But either way, I think it's so much fun that Puig is no longer on the Dodgers, and the Reds uniform just makes him seem a little bit more tough. So I thoroughly enjoyed this home run. I do like Madison Bumgarner, but he's going to have to eat his own words and just watch this baseball fly out of the stadium.
A dandy, and here's a dandy off the bat of Yasiel Puig, and Puig takes Bumgarner yard, and he'll make the turn to a house of booze once again.
Bell hits a high drive to right.
Alright guys, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and show some clips. These are going to be players that hit 2 home runs in one game. There was a lot of players that hit 2 home runs, but we're going to focus on my favorite for right now. We have JD Martinez of the Boston Red Sox, and then we have Chuck Nasty, Mr. Charlie Blackmon out at Coors Field. The ball flies. I just took off my glove on accident, but the ball flies at Coors Field, but you know what? I don't think Chuck Nasty needed it on these 2 swings.
A superstar in the game. And this ball's absolutely demolished. Second deck in right center field. Listen, if you're a starting pitcher, the next day you're down, right? Little catch.
Oh,
That's it.
goodness.
Oh, no, he's done it again. Charlie Blackmon.
So this is going to be a little bit difficult because we're going to talk about the Astros game and the Pirates game, because like I said in the beginning of the video, there's going to be a Thanos player of the game. So this is going to be the player that dominated the most from the day before. And the Astros, they had 2 players in the same game that could win this award, and then the Pirates with Josh Bell, he went off. So I'm going to need your help. We're going to talk about everything, and then in the comment section down below, let me know who should have been the Thanos player of the game. Alex Bregman went off for 2 home runs, and you would think, he would get the player of the game, but I don't even think he was the MVP of his own team yesterday. George Springer went 5 for 5 with 2 bombs, and honestly, he's got to get my pick for right now. Then in just a second, we're going to talk about Josh Bell.
3rd consecutive start, and George Springer delivers one to left, and this game starts. Bregman deep to left center field, got a chance. George deep to left field, are you kidding me?
Josh Bell is absolutely unstoppable. Yesterday, he had 4 hits and 5 RBIs. So for right now, I think we just take everything into consideration. I'm going to go ahead and give the Thanos player of the game to George Springer, but that doesn't mean that Josh Bell did not show the world that he is here to stay, and he is one of the best left-handed hitters in baseball right now.
Crank down the line, and gone! Line drive, game-tying home run for Josh Bell. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. Josh Bell sends one over the wall again.
I know I'm going to say this wrong, but Ryu, I hope I said his name right. There's a lot of names that I butcher, but that's probably the #1 spot. But he was dominant yesterday. He went 8 innings of no-hit baseball yesterday. He was also aided by Corey Seager, who had his first Grand Slam of the year, #3 on the season. And I just hope that Corey Seager really turns the clock and kind of figures himself out and goes back to old Corey Seager, because when he's on top of his game, he is one of the best shortstops that we have. So Ryu, Seager, take it away, guys.
Opposite field base hit. Unless he can throw him out in time. Bellinger, signature defensive play.
I am so pumped up right now, guys. Kris Bryant is finally heating up. I think in his last 7 days, he's hitting .330 with 4 home runs and 8 RBIs. So when the Cubs are playing good and when Kris Bryant is leading that charge, I think baseball is just so much better. So yesterday, he came in clutch. But the one thing I have to say before I show the Bryant home run, they were playing against the Brewers. Josh Hader is the first pitcher in modern history to have 25 strikeouts in 9 innings. He has 41 strikeouts in 18 innings. I just don't understand that. If I was a left-handed hitter, I'm not getting in the box. So I just wanted to shout out Josh Hader real quick. That dude's filthy, bro. But anyways, Kris Bryant, take it away, man.
So that's 16 home games here for the Cubs against Milwaukee. Oh. And before I can even get that one out of my mouth, Kris Bryant's just hit a 2-run homer.
Manny, we talked last Sunday about an insignificant at-bat, how important it can be, and how it can get a great hitter like Kris Bryant going.
I just want to shout my grandpa out real quick. I'm not sure if he's watching this because sometimes I feel like he just leaves his little comment and then goes away. But we were watching the game yesterday live, the Indians versus the Athletics game, and Roberto Perez, he got a hold of one. He doesn't really hit very high average very often, but yesterday he was able to show some pop with the 3-run home run, and this was the difference in the game because it was 5-3, and without Roberto Perez, the Indians do not win this game. And this was a big win. We needed it.
Roberto launches one to deep left center field. Goodbye! A 3-run homer for Roberto Perez. It comes with 2 out in the 6th inning off Ryan Buchter. Fourth home run of the year for Roberto.
Anytime that Mike Trout hits a home run, you think that the Angels have a pretty good chance at winning that game. But you know how I just shouted out Josh Hader? I have to shout out one more guy. John Means of the Baltimore Orioles is proven to be a pretty solid starter in this league. He has a 2.33 ERA. He shut down the Angels yesterday. So with the help of Means and the Orioles offense, I mean, they had a pretty good game. The Chicago White Sox are a very interesting team. I just cannot figure them out. Maybe it's because Michael Kopech is on the shelf, and if he was back, I'd have a little bit more respect for them. But Tim Anderson is playing at an extremely high level in 2019. They faced off against the Blue Jays yesterday. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. smoked a baseball at 107 miles an hour, so we're going to show that. But honestly, the player of the game, it's got to go to Lucas Giolito. He threw a gem yesterday.
Drive into the outfield, and that is going to get down. He's starting to swing it.
That stayed up. Anderson crushes it center field. Davis at the wall. It is 3 balls, 2 strikes. He struck him out. Another lethal changeup.
Blake Snell and Masahiro Tanaka faced off yesterday, and for the first 6 to 7 innings, it was actually a pretty good game, but in the 8th and the 9th, the Yankees absolutely exploded. One name that I've not really talked about this year for the Yankees is DJ Lemahieu. This man, honestly, he was supposed to be kind of just a filler piece. It wasn't supposed to be a huge signing because everyone said that he's not going to be the same hitter away from Coors Field. Now, I get that he's playing in Yankee Stadium as well, but I mean, he's done really big things, and he is putting the team on his back right now, to say the least. So is Clint Frazier, so is all the other guys on the Yankees. But, I mean, the player of the game yesterday, obviously, Masahiro Tanaka.
Pitch is caught on and missed.
Swing and a miss. Loud down on strikes.
1. Hit on the ground is short. Tyro fields, throws in time.
The very, very beginning of this video was an intro clip of Ronald Acuna Jr. making a pretty good play out in left field, but in my opinion, I don't think that was the best web gem from that play. Nick Markakis, in all honesty, saved the game yesterday with this next catch, but what we're going to do is we're going to show all of the clips from the games that I did not talk about. So the first one, obviously, is going to be that Braves. On Brain Friday, we have the Tigers beating the Minnesota Twins, which is big time for me because as an Indians fan, you already know that I have some high praises for the Minnesota Twins, so anytime that they lose and the Indians win, that makes me very happy. I'm sorry, Twins fans out there. I love your team. You guys are going to be really good. And then last but not least, we have Cole Irvin, who is making his Major League debut. His girlfriend she just kind of lost it. She was so happy and so excited to see him finally make his Major League debut. He had 5 strikeouts, got his first win as well. So guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you did enjoy. There were so many good moments yesterday, especially on offense, but we also saw a lot of good pitching performances as well. So overall, I thought yesterday was one of the better days of the season. So thank you all so much for watching. And I just have to say, guys, we're so close to 100,000 subscribers. I could almost tear up thinking about it, but here you go, guys. Enjoy the rest of the clips. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Do the homework, and if you guys have finals, hope you have a great time studying, and also hope you guys had a great Mother's Day. All you mothers out there, you guys are the best, so enjoy the highlights.
These runners belong to Newcomb. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive, right center field. Diving grab, Markakis. What a play.
Are you kidding me?
And Flores spikes his helmet in disbelief.
This one poked to left, deep to left, up on the second deck. And Brandon Dixon.
With a groin injury that eventually required surgery. Slow roller up the middle.
Owings down on strikes with a fastball. He just struck out the last 3 hitters that he faced after the leadoff single. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left, and, some tears. On an emotional day for Cole Irvin's family.